Hello, hello. My name's Christian Lee, here for Earworm Digital, and we're here with, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name's Truman.
Truman, how you doing today? Truman Sinclair.
That is, yes.
So people can find you if they do stumble upon this interview.
Yes, sir. Please, on all streaming services and Bandcamp.
And I don't think people notice, but that's just your name. Isn't that crazy?
That is my legal name. It's on the birth certificate.
Because I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like, when I first heard about your music and I saw it, I'm like, wait, that's such a cool stage name. I'm like, no, that's just actually you.
Dude, it's funny. I was like, recently, I was in a, like maybe 2 months ago, actually, not that recently. I was in a grocery store and I was in Guitar Center. That's why this happened. And I was checking out and he was like, dude, is that your stage name? Like, that's a sick stage name. And I was like, funny you should say that because it's not, it's my real name, but it is also my stage name. So, yeah.
Dude, it's so nice when you just have a name that's like also your real name you could just use for music. So you really lucked out.
Yeah, it's lucky. People think it's like the president, which it's not.
Yeah.
Like my parents are always like, no, not the president, not the movie, you know. But it's a good movie. Jim Carrey.
Yeah, The Truman Show, yeah.
Yeah.
So why did they name you Truman?
My mom was in a park and she was pregnant with me, and then she heard some other mom call out to her kid whose name was Truman. She was like, oh, come over here, Truman. And then my mom heard the name and was like, I'm going to name my kid that.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Sorry for
No,
taking the mic off. But it's funny because we're at a park right now. You think you'll overhear a name, you're like, I want to name my kid that?
Yeah, I want to name my kid the La Brea Tar Pit.
Hey, you know La Brea is not a bad name.
No, it's not.
La Brea? Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Tar Pits are legendary. You know?
I would not name my kid Tar Pit, but...
No, I don't think so. I had a band called the Tar Pits for like a little bit, and then we never really made anything, but we might still, you know.
You could always come back.
Yeah, you never know.
But we are here because you did drop an album. A little bit of a tangent, but it's fine. Yeah, you dropped an album literally yesterday.
Yes, I did. American Recordings out everywhere. Please listen to it, please. I would appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit more about it, because I did know you dropped some singles last year and like I guess like a mini EP. But yeah, like I mean, one of my favorite songs I told you like a little bit off camera too is like Joel Roberts. My name is Joel Roberts. It's so catchy. But there's some other good songs too off the top of my head. But like Adrenaline Rush, I can't think straight right now. But tell me more about it.
Well, yeah, I mean it's my first record under my name. It's like. Yeah. I am in a band called Frat Mouse that I started in high school, and we've been making music together and playing all around LA for years, and it was a blast, but I felt like it was time to like sort of say something new, and yeah, this album is a result of that. I made this in like a garage. I played all the guitars and bass, and my buddy played drums, and it was a real labor of love. It took me like 3 months of just straight grinding, and it was some of the most fun I've ever had, some of the most frustrated I've ever been for sure, because there was a lot of being alone trying to figure out Pro Tools issues. But it was a blast, and I'm really happy it's out, and I feel like it's really given me a green light to start making more and more stuff, and it's just been really inspiring. Sometimes I feel like you make stuff and you feel like you've sort of gotten to the end of something, but with this I feel like I made something and it sort of let me into a new room, and I'm really excited to look around kind of thing. So.
You recorded this like what the self-proclaimed, was it called like Flea House?
Yes, the Flea House. Yes, yeah, it was like a college housing. I went to U.S.A. and I lived in a place called Flea House, and it was called that because I had fleas, and which was great.
But not when you were there, right?
Not when I was there, luckily, but right before and then right after, the whole entire street that the house is on all got fleas. So
that's insane.
Yeah, I kind of dodged a bullet, but yeah, it was great. I mean, it was like a bunch of musicians in a house, and we had this garage with like it was like. There was just nothing to do in there except for make music, so I had a desk and monitors, and there was like somebody left a piano in there, which was crazy.
That's crazy. Did that help? Do you use that for the recording?
Yeah, I used it. I mean, I don't think I used it much on the album, but I used it on a couple of the EPs, and yeah, but it was just great to have a space to make the music, and it was just an inspiring place. So yeah, Flea House.
I think the album has been, I mean, early editions, but even like now, even like a day later, it's been kind of well received. And I think I do like the style too, because it's a little bit more like Americana, a little bit like more folk, yeah. Which I think is like kind of refreshing to hear. Even though like people are kind of trending towards that now, I think you did a good job with that sound style.
Thank you so much. I mean, I grew up on Bruce Springsteen, and he's my guy. I love Bruce, and I love Neil Young, and I love Bob Dylan kind of as well. But I'm really a big Springsteen dude, and for me, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's hard to like define things like this, and I also don't really know if it matters. But I definitely like to think about. I like to think about the songwriting first, and then figure out how you can use genre to emphasize your point or get at what you're getting at. And like, you can use genre to evoke memories and evoke traditions and stuff, and then play with those ideas. And I think that was kind of what I wanted to do with folk and Americana with this record, because to me it's rock and roll, and I think to me it's just about the song. And so yeah.
Okay, and then I think another person influenced by Springsteen, who I'm a big fan of as well. I don't know if you've heard of them, Sam Fender.
I haven't heard of them. Well, I think maybe I've heard their name, but I haven't looked into it too much yet.
It's funny. He's a British singer, but very inspired by like Bruce Springsteen and everything too. I think you would like him.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I love Bruce.
It's funny. He has a song called "People Watching," and I think it's really funny because we're at a park and people have been walking past us and just staring. How do you feel about that?
I feel I'm watching them back, so it's okay. You know, I love people watching. I think it's really fun, and I think the La Brea Tar Pits there's maybe no better place, you know, to watch.
And you know, through your music solo and also through your band Frat Mouse, you've just performed all over in LA, like countless venues like The Smell, Moroccan Lounge, Troubadour, Viper. Okay, well, I mean, I could go on, but you've performed a lot. And so how does it feel performing live, like in a band where, you know, there's so much energy you could like feedback off each other, well, compared to just like playing solo?
Well, I think it's always different. Some of the songs on the record are definitely a little bit higher energy than others, which is good. But I think it's definitely overall less of a mosher than Frat Mouse was. To me, it's all fun, and I think it's about getting a certain energy going on. And I love The Smell dearly, and I hope to be back soon. But yeah, I think that a lot of as I got older doing the Frat Mouse stuff, because I wrote a lot of the music when I was maybe 17, 18. It became more of a tribute to a way that I used to feel, which was still felt authentic to me because it was a way that I genuinely used to feel. But I think that the cool thing now with this music is I'm saying something that I feel right now, and so it's exhilarating. It's really fun. So
nice. And you talked about Bruce Springsteen being influenced on you. What else did you listen to like growing up, or even now, that like really shaped like your music sonically?
Well, I love a lot of emo stuff like Title Fight, and I love Versus Self out right now. They're amazing. I also love Waxahachie. That was a big one. I love the Talking Heads, you know. I don't know. I could go on forever. But I really think it's taken me a long time, but I definitely like a lot of different types of music. I think I really wanted to like a lot of different types of music, but I hadn't really gotten in there. But now I've seen a lot of stuff, and I think that it's fun to try to take stuff from all different genres, because at the end of the day, it's like you're using things to express an idea, and you can use anything you want. And I think when you listen to a bunch of different types of music, you can see how other people have done it in different ways and take those things into your own music. So yeah, I try to look at a bunch of different stuff.
Cool. And even before we did the interview, you know, we were chatting, yapping, gabbing for a little bit. And, you know, I feel like you're chill. I hope you think I'm chill too.
Yeah, you're super chill.
You think we take the next level? You think we could just like be friends?
Yeah, man. I think we're gonna go to the spa after this, right?
Yes, please go to the spa with me. That's cool.
Yeah, no, let's be friends, dude. Maybe we can walk. We should go to this museum. We haven't gone in yet. We're at the Tar Pits, but we haven't been to the museum yet. So maybe we should go in there and look around.
Maybe. But
expand our mind.
A thing I love to do for my friends is give them gifts. So I do have some gifts for you.
No way. Oh my God.
You know, it was Valentine's Day, and also sorry to my friend Nicole, I'm regifting this. You know, since you dropped your album on Valentine's Day, here's some chocolates.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. This album is for lovers. Shout out. Thank you. Should I eat one?
If you want. I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, okay. I'll go for one. Thank you.
You're
want one?
Oh, yeah, I'll take one.
I got like a raspberry one. It's kind of weird.
You want like raspberry?
No, I actually love raspberries.
Well, that's not all. We do have more gifts for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Sick. This is awesome. I've never gotten gifts before. In an interview, I mean, I've gotten a couple.
Hopefully there's more to come.
Yeah, hopefully.
First one is, I think, played a big influence on you early on. Green Day.
Dude, hell yeah. This is sick. This is hilarious. Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I was like getting into playing guitar, Green Day was the band. You know, Brain Stew. If you don't know how to play Brain Stew on the guitar, you got to go learn it. This is amazing. Dude, this is awesome. Thanks for the CD, man.
You're welcome.
American Idiot later turned into a musical.
I know.
Very interesting.
It was interesting.
Yeah. No, for sure, dude. Thanks. This is sick.
But that's not all. I mean, we gave you a CD, but let's give you something else too. And hopefully you don't have this one if you collect vinyl. It's Bruce Springsteen, Born in the U.S.A.
Yes. This is sick. Dude, you're the best, man. This is tight. Yeah, I was listening to this religiously while making American recordings, and you can tell I love this album. I think it's some of his best work. Some people think it didn't age as good as it could have because of the synths. I think it's still great. I think it's cool. It was the 80s, man. You got to just get into it. And this is a great record. So shout out, Bruce.
And tell me about the time that you actually shook his hand.
Oh, how do you know about this? Oh my goodness.
Dude, we're friends. How would I not know about this?
This is amazing. Dude, it's like, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, my dad took me to a Bruce Springsteen concert, and it was epic. And he was like doing this thing where you like walk. He was like walking through the crowd, basically, or like in this like lane between the crowd. And this person next to me who I didn't know was like, dude, come down here. Like, let's go, like, see if we can get up close to where he's walking. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I went with this guy that I didn't know, and my dad stayed back. And I walk up to the gate, and Bruce is coming down, and I see him, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Bruce Springsteen. And I reached out my hand, and he grabbed my hand, and he looked at me, and I was like, bro, this is crazy. And I was like looking at the boss. So it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard his concerts. I haven't been to one yet, but I heard his concerts are so good live. He plays for like ever.
Dude, I mean, the guy's like in his 70s and he still plays for like
crazy?
3 hours, and it's awesome. It's actually really like kind of an experience. It's pretty awesome. The fact that he's still playing is really inspiring to me. I think it's cool. That's the goal right there, and it's because he's honestly still great. The spirits are risen every time he plays. It's amazing.
And tell me a little bit more about your childhood too. Did you like jump a lot on a trampoline, or like what'd you do?
Yeah, I was a big trampoline fan. Absolutely. I love a trampoline. I think it's super fun. I think that, yeah, there's not many more fun things than a trampoline. I was always a big fan.
I think it's really cool because, like, you know, obviously you're very talented musically, but people don't know, like, you know, you like to be a little bit athletic, you know, artistically. You jump on the trampoline. I think you played basketball when you were younger too.
Yep. Big basketball player.
I think you have the big three because you are artistically good, musically good, athletically good, and speaking about artistry, I want to show you this. Let me see if you remember anything about this.
Dude, this is awesome.
Do you remember the epic adventures of Truman's Flying Man?
Whoa, how did you find this? Oh my God, this is crazy. Dude.
Yeah, you made a little bit of comic book?
Yeah, I made a little animation.
Comics?
My dad had like an iPad for work, and I just took it and got some like animation studio and was drawing. I still like to draw. I think drawing's super fun. And I'm not good. I'm horrible at it, but I think it's really therapeutic. And so, yeah, I was a little, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I made those. I was probably like 7 years old making those little animations that you just pulled up, but that's cool. Hell yeah, dude.
And you talked about, because I think it's cool, because I think, not gonna dox or anything, but yeah, in your family, you know, you guys do love to do like, you know, entertainment, like music, media, and all that. And so I think you talked about one of your old bands, but can you tell me about another band that's kind of related to like TV and everything, like Shameless?
Shameless? Wow. How is that related to? Oh, because the name is like a
yeah,
TV show. Okay, totally. Yeah. So when I was like, how is that related to TV? Yeah, I was like a really little kid in this band called Shameless. How did you know about that? With my friends in like middle school. Shout out Austin Lyons. Shout out Liam Fagan. Shout out Luke Carabas. Shout out Nolan Kaiser. I still play with Nolan Kaiser in my band today, and I think he was in that band, or he was in those kind of childhood bands. But yeah, I still play with a lot of those cats. That's crazy that you just brought that up. Those were like our fun, like after school we would hang out when we were in like 5th grade and like just rock out in my friend's basement. That's sick.
It is sick, huh?
Yeah, dude, that's so funny. Dude,
Hey, we're not done yet. Before we turn off the camera though, thank you for taking the time to do the interview.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm glad you're here. And before we turn off the camera though, is there anything else you'd like to plug? I know obviously your album, but maybe shows, or you want to talk more about the album? The rest of the time is all you. I mean,
I'm playing at Zebulon on February 22nd. Please come out and say hello. I would love to meet you all, and I feel super grateful for all of this. This is really fun. Thank you for having me. This is great. I can't wait to make more music. And yeah, watch Earworm. Sweet.